That's it? Oh, is that no. This is my favorite quilt. And I'll tell you, I love the shorelines of the cities, but I didn't want to cut it up. And so I designed this. And we have New York with the towers. And we have Washington, D.C. And we have Seattle down below. And we have Chicago on the left. And in the center is San Francisco and the Bay Area and the bridges. And I call this fireworks over the, I'm going to read this because I love the title of this. Fireworks over the cities to celebrate the millennium. And I machine quilted all of this. I really did a lot of quilting on that. Then I have all my little guys. Now this is where I am now. I don't need any more big quilts. And these are challenges from Pointless Sisters. And the circle ones was a challenge from the Kaya group. And there's the Hawaiian one. Juanita explained to me how that was made, and I went home and made that. So that's the memory of Juanita for me. And the challenge on top on the right was water, so that's my point raise. And then the second one, we all had to put something in a bag, and someone put a spoon in, so that's how I figured that. Then Jerry, our first one was my sunflower, and I said, it was supposed to be a portrait or so. I says, I don't do that. He says, well, you like sunflowers, Janet, make one of those. So that's how that came about. And my fish was one of the first classes I took from Judy Bianchi in Healdsburg, and I call it Fantasy Fish. And the other is tumbling blocks. It's all silk shantung. That was fun to do. The narrow one. So that's it. You all know how bright Ballard is. She lives in Paducah now. She did live in Chicago. She was an airline stewardess. And she taught her first class in EBHQ way, way back. And she taught us how to do this. And it's done on paper, squares of paper. And so this is what I modeled this in Paducah. That's it. Somebody asked me who you want.
I know you don't sell your quilts and you keep them, but how do you keep them?
Well, I don't say I do.
I mean, how do you store them is what I meant.
Well, it's not the greatest. Roberta always said we should put our quilts on a bed. But I don't have an extra bed for that, so they're all folded in the closet. Except all my walls. Right now, I want to thank the two Lindas and Barbara and Pam. They came over on ladders and took all the quilts down. These are all on my walls in my house. My house looks awful now. So they're going to come back and get up back on the ladders. And it was a job. I really thank you very much. Well, this is because of Diane Roberts. She says that Jim hangs the quilts with old sewing machine needles. And I had painted all the walls in my home in Oakmont, and in my other house I had great big holes from screws and everything. So I hang them all with the sewing machine needles on each end, and it works, and you can't even see that, you know, in your walls.
Hang them on.
Oh, do you? Pardon? You mean you have them? I put the needles right on the corner. I get and you know they're flat, right? So they only go into the pointed part. And they're only a pinpoint in your walls, and they work, don't they? They work really well. That's not my idea, that's Diane's. Diane?
I mean, they're strong enough?
Okay, any more questions? What?
Hey, do you have a sleeve and a bar through it or not? A dowel or something?
I have sleeves on all of these because they've been in so many shows. But I just put the pin right in the corners and in the middle. You know, that would have four, 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. Yeah. And they're fine. See, you learned something today.
Yeah. What do you plan for the future?
Living. I know I need gigs this year, don't you? Like Betty Upchurch says, you're old, Janet, you're old.
No, that's...
Yes, Cora?
How many have you given away?
Well, I'm not as generous as some people. And some people would have made 400 quilts since 1973. I don't make that many. I have made them for the family, and that's all. I don't remember how many. Okay, you guys, thanks a million.
Thank you.